The topic that we are going to discuss now is time and work. First, let us see the important formulas regarding this time and work. First, we have one important formula, that is, if A can do a piece of work in n days, then work done by A in 1 day is equal to 1 by n. Here listen, A represents a person. So, if a person can do a piece of work in totally n days, then his 1 day work, that is work done by that person in 1 day, will be equal to 1 by n, because he took totally n days. So, out of n days he can finish only 1 day's work in only 1 day. So, therefore, work done by that person in 1 day will be equal to 1 by n. Suppose if it is given that A can do a piece of work in 10 days, then work done by A in 1 day will be equal to 1 by 10. So, by using the total number of days, we can easily find out the work done by that person in 1 day. And now, the next formula is, if A does 1 by n work in a day, A can finish the work in n days. So, here listen, this is the reciprocal, or this is the reverse of the previous formula. Here listen, if A does 1 by n work in a day, this means if work done by A in 1 day is 1 by n, then A can finish the work in totally n days, that is 1 by this 1 by n. So, 1 by 1 by n will be equal to what? N. So, by using this only we get this n days. So, whenever we have the 1 day's work, then by using that we can easily find out the total number of days that can be taken by that person to finish the whole work. So, by using these two formulas only, we are going to solve most number of problems in this topic. So, remembering these two formulas is very, very important. So, when a person can complete a work in n days, then work done by that person in 1 day is 1 by n. And when a person does 1 by n work in a day, then the total number of days taken by that person to complete that work is n days. And now we have the third formula. If m1 men can do w1 work in d1 days working h1 hours per day, and m2 men can do w2 work in d2 days working h2 hours per day, where all men work at the same rate, then m1 into d1 into h1 divided by w1 will be equal to m2 into d2 into h2 divided by w2. Now we have the fourth formula. If A can do a piece of work in p days and B can do the same in q days, and A and B together can finish it in pq by p plus q days. Here listen, this is very, very easy. Listen, it is given that A can do a piece of work in p days. So, therefore, what will be the work done by A in 1 day? By using the first formula, we know that work done by A in 1 day will be equal to 1 by p. That is, A took p days to complete a work. So, out of p days, he can complete only 1 day's work in 1 day. So, therefore, work done by A in 1 day is 1 by p. Now, the work done by the next person B in 1 day will be equal to what? This will be equal to, here the person B take q days to finish the work. So, therefore, work done by P in 1 day will be equal to 1 by q. Now, what we have to do? We have to find out work done by both A and B. So, now work done by both A and B in 1 day will be equal to what? So, if we want to find the work done by A and B in 1 day, then we have to add these two values. That is, work done by A in 1 day plus work done by B in 1 day. So, 1 by P plus 1 by Q will be equal to what? This will be equal to P plus Q divided by PQ, because if we take the LCM of P and Q, then we will get P into Q as the denominator. And now we have to multiply this 1 by Q, so we get this Q, and 1 into P, so we get P plus Q by P as the 1 day work of A and B. So, what will be the total number of days? So, by using the second formula, we can easily find out the total number of days. So, therefore, the total number of days will be equal to, by using the second formula, what do we know? If A does 1 by n work in a day, then A can finish the work in n days, that is 1 by 1 by n. So, we have to find out 1 by 1 day's work. Then we will get the required number of days. So, therefore, work done by A and B in 1 day is P plus Q by PQ. So, hence the total number of days will be equal to 1 by this P plus Q by PQ. So, if we take the reciprocal of this, then we get PQ by P plus Q. So, by using this concept only, we get this formula, that is, if A can finish a work in P days and B can finish a work in Q days, then A and B together finish it in PQ by P plus Q days. And now we have the fifth formula. If A is thrice as good as B in work, then the ratio of work done by A and B is equal to 3:1. Here listen, A is thrice good as B. So therefore A is powerful than B. So therefore the ratio of work will be equal to this 3:1. That is, if B can do a work, so therefore the required ratio of work is 3:1. And now the ratio of time taken to finish a work by A and B is equal to 1:3. That is the reverse ratio of this ratio of work. So here we have 3:1 as the ratio of work, and the ratio of time will be equal to 1:3. So these are the formulas which are very important to solve the problems in this topic, time and work. So now let us see the solved examples. The first question is, P is able to do a piece of work in 15 days and Q can do the same work in 20 days. If they can work together for 4 days, what is the fraction of work left? So here it is given that P is able to do a piece of work in 15 days and Q can do the same work in 20 days. Now by using these two values, we are going to find out the amount of work that P can do in 1 day and also the amount of work that Q can do in 1 day. So the amount of work that P can do in 1 day is equal to what? Here P can do a work in 15 days, so therefore his 1 day work will be equal to 1 by 15. And now the amount of work that Q can do in 1 day will be equal to what? This will be equal to 1 by 20 because he can do the work in 20 days, so therefore his 1 day's work will be equal to 1 by 20. Now if we add these two values, then what will we get? Then we will get the amount of work that P and Q can do in 1 day. So now this is equal to this 1 by 15 plus 1 by 20. Now we are going to add these two values. So here we know that this 15 and 25 has the common factor 5. So therefore if we take the LCM of 15 and 20, then we will get 60. So therefore this is the LCM. Now here 15 into 4 will be equal to 60. So 1 into 4, 4 plus 20 into 3 will be equal to 60. So therefore 1 into 3, 3. So therefore we get 7 by 60 as the amount of work that P and Q can do in 1 day. So now by using this 1 day's work, we can find out the 4 days work. So now we are going to find out the amount of work that P and Q can do in 4 days. So now this will be equal to what? If we multiply the 1 day's work by 4, then we will get the 4 days work. So therefore we get 4 into 7 by 60. Now if we cancel these two values, then we will get 1 by 15. So therefore 7 by 15 is the amount of work that P and Q can do in 4 days. Now what we have to find? If they can work together for 4 days, what is the fraction of work left? So we have to find out the fraction of work left. So what we have to do? From the whole work, we have to subtract this 7 by 15. So therefore the fraction of work left is equal to the whole work 1 minus this 7 by 15. So here 1 into 15, 15. So we get 15 minus 7 by 15, and 15 minus 7 is 8. So hence we get 8 by 15 as the required answer. Hence out of these 4 options, option A, 8 by 15 is the fraction.